Most people believe the biggest obstacle to becoming wealthy is a lack of income. They tell themselves that everything will improve after the next promotion, the next client, or the next paycheck. It sounds reasonable, and that's exactly why so many people spend years believing it. But if income alone created wealth, every high earner would be financially free. Reality tells a different story. Every year, people with impressive salaries still struggle with debt, financial anxiety, and the constant fear that one unexpected expense could throw everything into chaos. The real difference between those who stay trapped and those who quietly build wealth is not the size of their paycheck. It is the way they think, the way they make decisions, and the systems they create long before success becomes visible. The uncomfortable truth is that money is emotional before it is mathematical. Every purchase tells a story. Every financial decision reflects a habit. Every habit slowly shapes a future that most people never notice until years have passed. That is why financial freedom rarely arrives overnight. It grows quietly through repeated choices that seem almost insignificant in the moment. While most people chase bigger opportunities, wiser people focus on becoming better managers of the opportunities they already have. They understand that control always comes before expansion. Without control, every increase in income simply creates a larger version of the same problems. History repeatedly rewards people who mastered discipline before they mastered wealth. Powerful individuals were rarely the ones who earned the most at the beginning of their journey. Instead, they became successful because they developed habits that allowed them to keep, multiply, and direct their resources wisely. Long before anyone admired their achievements, they were building routines that nobody noticed. Their greatest advantage was not luck. It was patience combined with intentional action. They understood that every small financial decision either strengthened or weakened their future position. Think about how modern life constantly encourages spending. Every advertisement promises comfort. Every notification offers another discount. Every payment plan makes expensive purchases appear harmless. The world rarely tells you to slow down. Instead, it encourages immediate gratification while quietly ignoring the long-term cost. The result is a lifestyle where people feel busy earning money but rarely feel in control of it. Without realizing it, many begin serving their expenses instead of making their money serve them. The first transformation begins with a simple change in perspective. Instead of asking, "How can I earn more?" ask, "How can I manage what I already earn better?" That single question changes everything. It shifts your attention away from circumstances you cannot immediately control and toward behaviors you can improve today. Wealth rarely starts with a dramatic breakthrough. More often, it starts with a decision to become intentional. One practical habit separates disciplined builders from constant spenders: they always reserve a portion of their income for themselves before anything else. This is not about the amount. Whether it is $5 or $500, the habit carries the same message. It teaches your mind that your future deserves priority. Too many people pay everyone else first and hope something remains at the end of the month. Unfortunately, hope is not a financial strategy. A system is. At first, this practice feels uncomfortable. You may wonder whether such a small amount can truly make a difference. The answer is that the habit matters more than the number. Every consistent action strengthens your financial identity. Instead of becoming someone who saves only when life feels easy, you become someone who protects their future regardless of current circumstances. That identity becomes far more valuable than any temporary increase in income. Another important shift happens when you stop treating money as something that randomly appears and disappears. Every dollar should have a purpose before it arrives. Without direction, income naturally flows toward convenience, entertainment, and impulse. With direction, it becomes a tool for building security, opportunity, and freedom. The goal is not to remove enjoyment from life. The goal is to make sure today's pleasures do not quietly steal tomorrow's possibilities. Many people underestimate the power of consistency because results are invisible in the beginning. Days pass without obvious change. Weeks feel ordinary. Even months can seem uneventful. Yet beneath the surface, habits are quietly reshaping your future. Just as poor decisions accumulate into financial stress, disciplined decisions accumulate into financial strength. The process is slow enough to test your patience but powerful enough to transform your life. Imagine two individuals earning exactly the same income. One spends every raise immediately by upgrading their lifestyle. The other keeps living comfortably while directing the extra money toward long-term goals. After several years, their lives look completely different. The difference was never income. It was behavior repeated consistently over time. Wealth is often less about dramatic success and more about refusing to abandon small disciplines. Before moving forward, pause for a moment and ask yourself one honest question. If someone looked only at your daily financial habits, would they conclude that you are building freedom or simply maintaining survival? The answer may feel uncomfortable, but discomfort often marks the beginning of real growth. Lasting financial change does not begin when your paycheck increases. It begins when your standards increase. Once that shift takes place, every future decision becomes easier because your actions finally align with the person you are determined to become. And that foundation prepares you for the next step. Discovering where your money quietly disappears and how taking back control can accelerate your journey toward lasting wealth. The moment you begin treating your money with intention, something unexpected happens. You become more aware, not only of what you earn, but of what quietly slips away. Most financial struggles are not created by one catastrophic decision. They are built through hundreds of unnoticed choices that seem too small to matter. A coffee here, another subscription there, a late-night purchase made out of boredom, another convenience fee because cooking feels like too much work after a long day. None of these decisions appear dangerous on their own, yet together they slowly shape a future that feels permanently out of reach. This is why awareness is one of the greatest financial advantages anyone can develop. You cannot improve what you refuse to measure. Many people avoid looking at their bank statements because they fear what they will discover. They tell themselves everything is probably fine, but uncertainty never creates progress. The truth may feel uncomfortable for a few moments, yet clarity is always less painful than years of confusion. Once you understand where your money is going, you finally gain the power to decide where it should go instead. For 1 month, imagine recording every expense without judging yourself. Do not label purchases as good or bad. Simply observe them. Patterns begin to appear almost immediately. You may notice that stress leads to unnecessary spending, boredom encourages online shopping, or social pressure pushes you toward purchases that never truly improve your life. These discoveries are valuable because they reveal that many financial decisions are emotional rather than logical. Once you recognize the emotional trigger, you are no longer controlled by it. The next lesson is one that successful wealth builders quietly understand. They resist the temptation to increase their lifestyle every time their income increases. This habit, often called lifestyle inflation, traps countless people. A salary increase leads to a more expensive apartment. A promotion leads to a luxury car. A bonus becomes an excuse for an expensive vacation. Eventually, the higher income disappears just as quickly as the lower one did, leaving the person wondering why financial freedom still feels so distant. Real progress comes from creating space between what you earn and what you spend. That space is where opportunity lives. It becomes your emergency fund during difficult times, your investment capital during promising times, and your peace of mind every single day. Financial freedom is rarely about showing the world how much you can afford. It is about knowing you have choices when life becomes unpredictable. Living below your means is often misunderstood. People imagine sacrifice, deprivation, or constant restriction. In reality, it is about purchasing flexibility. Every unnecessary expense you avoid today increases your ability to make better decisions tomorrow. When you are not overwhelmed by debt or endless monthly obligations, you gain something far more valuable than luxury: you gain independence. Independence allows you to leave unhealthy environments, pursue meaningful opportunities, and make decisions based on values rather than desperation. As this margin grows, another opportunity appears. Instead of depending entirely on one paycheck, begin thinking about creating additional sources of income. These do not have to be dramatic or complicated. A useful digital product, freelance work, tutoring, consulting, writing, editing, content creation, or learning a valuable online skill can gradually create an additional stream of income. The purpose is not to work endlessly. The purpose is to reduce dependence on a single source of financial security. Multiple income streams also change the way you think. You stop seeing yourself as someone waiting for permission to earn more. Instead, you become someone who actively creates value. This shift in identity is often more powerful than the money itself because confidence grows when you realize your financial future is influenced by your own skills rather than circumstances alone. However, building wealth is not only about earning more. It is equally about protecting what you have already built. Many people make impressive progress only to undo it through impulsive decisions. A few emotional purchases, unnecessary upgrades, or rewards given too early can erase months of disciplined effort. This is why successful people rely on systems instead of motivation. Motivation changes with emotions. Systems continue working whether you feel inspired or not. Automation is one of the simplest systems you can create. Schedule transfers into savings or investment accounts immediately after receiving your income. Remove the need to make the same decision every month. When good financial behavior becomes automatic, discipline requires far less effort. Over time, consistency quietly replaces willpower. Remember that true wealth is rarely loud. It does not need constant attention or public approval. Many financially successful people choose simplicity because they understand that appearances create pressure while financial stability creates freedom. The goal is not to impress strangers for a few moments. The goal is to build a life that allows you to sleep peacefully, face uncertainty with confidence, and make decisions without fear. Ask yourself one final question before moving on. Are your current financial habits creating the life you genuinely want 5 years from now, or are they simply making today feel slightly more comfortable? The answer to that question will determine the direction of your future. Because every dollar you intentionally direct today becomes another brick in the foundation of tomorrow's freedom. And once that foundation is strong enough, you are ready for the final stage, the mindset and long-term systems that transform financial stability into lasting wealth. Every meaningful transformation reaches a point where the challenge is no longer earning money or saving it. The greatest challenge becomes protecting your progress long enough for time to work in your favor. Many people successfully build healthy financial habits for a few months, only to abandon them when life becomes comfortable again. They assume the hard work is finished, but that is often where the real test begins. Wealth is not created by occasional moments of discipline. It is created by systems that continue operating long after motivation disappears. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that financial success comes from one brilliant decision. They search for the perfect investment, the perfect business idea, or the perfect opportunity that will change everything overnight. Yet history repeatedly shows that extraordinary results are usually built through ordinary actions repeated consistently over many years. Small improvements, protected by patience, eventually produce outcomes that appear impossible to those who only notice the final result. This is why ownership matters more than consumption. Every time you purchase something that immediately loses value, you exchange part of your future for a brief moment of satisfaction. But every time you acquire something capable of producing value over time, whether it is an investment, a valuable skill, a business asset, or knowledge that increases your earning potential, you strengthen your future instead of weakening it. Wealth grows when your resources begin working for you instead of depending entirely on your daily effort. Another powerful principle is learning to separate your identity from your possessions. Modern society constantly encourages comparison. Social media displays carefully selected moments of success, luxury, and achievement, making ordinary lives feel inadequate. Many people respond by trying to keep up with lifestyles they cannot comfortably afford. Unfortunately, comparison creates endless financial pressure because there will always be someone spending more, earning more, or displaying more. Real confidence appears when your self-worth is no longer connected to what other people think about your lifestyle. People who quietly build wealth often look surprisingly ordinary. They rarely feel the need to prove anything because their confidence comes from stability, not attention. They understand that every unnecessary attempt to impress others carries an invisible cost. Expensive habits require expensive maintenance, while simple habits create lasting freedom. The ability to ignore outside pressure becomes one of the greatest financial advantages a person can develop. Equally important is learning to think in decades instead of weeks. Most people dramatically overestimate what they can accomplish in a month and underestimate what consistent effort can accomplish in 10 years. Compounding is not only a financial principle, it is a life principle. Better decisions compound. Better habits compound. Better relationships compound. Better knowledge compounds. Every positive action quietly strengthens the next one until your entire direction changes without a single dramatic event. Patience, however, should never be confused with passivity. Building wealth requires regular review and thoughtful adjustment. Set aside time each month to evaluate your progress. Review your spending, your savings, your investments, and your goals. Celebrate improvements, identify weaknesses, and make small corrections before they become major problems. Successful people rarely achieve perfection. They simply correct mistakes faster than everyone else. Another habit that separates financially strong individuals is continuous learning. Economies change. Technology evolves. Industries rise and fall. The people who continue growing are those who remain curious long after formal education ends. Read books, study successful businesses, develop valuable skills, and stay open to new opportunities. Every new skill increases your ability to create value, and value is the foundation of sustainable income. Perhaps the greatest reward of financial discipline is not the money itself. It is the peace that comes with knowing your future is becoming stronger every day. Financial security gives you options. It allows you to make decisions based on purpose instead of panic. It gives you the freedom to support your family, pursue meaningful work, recover from setbacks, and face uncertainty with confidence rather than fear. Look back to where this journey began. It never started with a promise of instant wealth or overnight success. It started with a shift in thinking. You learned that income alone is not enough. Behavior matters more than earnings. Awareness matters more than excuses. Systems outperform motivation. Patience defeats impulsiveness. Ownership creates lasting freedom. And consistency quietly accomplishes what intensity alone never can. So before you leave, ask yourself one final question. A year from today, will you still be living according to old financial habits, hoping circumstances improve on their own, or will you become the kind of person who builds wealth deliberately, one decision at a time? That choice belongs to no one else. Every financial future begins with ordinary decisions made consistently. Start where you are. Improve what you can control. Protect your progress. Let time become your greatest partner instead of your greatest regret. Years from now, people may look at your success and assume you were simply lucky. Only you will know the truth. Your future was never built by one extraordinary moment. It was built quietly through thousands of disciplined choices that nobody noticed until the results became impossible to ignore. And that is how lasting wealth is truly created. Not through noise, shortcuts, or luck, but through clarity, patience, responsibility, and unwavering consistency.